Welcome! I am so excited to be able to share with you about one of my all-time favorite topics. I am a total energy nerd, and learning about energy was actually probably the most powerful and biggest catalyst in me learning how to identify and separate what it is that I truly wanted and then how to get it. And it all started with learning about my own energy and how to identify when I was taking on people's emotions or taking responsibility for other people's emotions and ignoring what I wanted and what I needed. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So we have to start with the science, so we talked a little bit about your body and the vibrational frequency of your body and the things that make up your body. There's also an energetic field that's around you, and it's about 2 feet around you in every direction, or like an arm's distance around you in every direction. And that is also part of our unique frequency and the area that our energy occupies. And an example that I like to think of is if you were underwater and you kind of sloshed your arms or waved your arms up and down, the area that you would affect and sort of feel the energy moving around you or feeling the water moving around you is like the way that your energy affects your field. So it's a little bit stronger, closer to your body, and as the waves go out farther into the water, it is less of an effect, but it's still affecting water even at the other side of the pool. And that's how energy works. It actually goes on infinitely. So in your body and in your unique vibration and in your own energetic field, that little bubble all the way around you, you want only your energy in your field and no one else's energy in your field. So I know it might seem like I'm throwing a lot at you. Maybe you've done some work with energy before, or maybe this is a totally new concept. But either way, you're actually already really good at knowing about energy. You probably know about someone in your life that makes you feel good the second you think about them, or the second you're around them, your shoulders just like relax. You feel calm, you feel grounded, and you feel like yourself. And on the other hand, there's probably someone in your life that does the complete opposite. And even just knowing that they're near you or sensing that they're near you, you kind of start to get aggravated or sad or depressed or just feeling stuck or lost. So you can already do a really good job of sensing energy just by knowing the difference between that. And naturally, you gravitate, or you want to gravitate towards people who make you feel good and away from people who make you feel like shit. Pretty simple, right? So you can actually lose, or some people call it leaking, energy to other people. And what happens is your energy in your body or in your field, you can actually have little tears, or someone can kind of like plug a cord into your body or your energetic field, or energy will just start to leak out. And I've identified basically 3 different kinds of people that we usually leak energy to, and I'm totally open to expanding this list, but this is just the 3 main kinds of people that I noticed so far. So people who we can lose our energy to are people who are just generally toxic, or just kind of walk around like they want to take your energy away. Like you can see them from even far away walking down the street. You can just kind of tell when someone wants to take your energy. I call them energy vampires. And it's not always because that person is a bad person, but that person is likely carrying a lot of energy from other people themselves, and they haven't learned how to clear it and take their power back. So they're just feeling a little bit resentful and victim-y and trying to take your energy instead. The second kind of person is people who you want to please or make happy, or if you really care what they think about you. These people can also start to take your energy because you're really trying to affect their emotion in a positive way. And it's actually kind of, well, conceited is the word that's coming to me now. But I just think that it's wild that and I'm a recovering people pleaser, could think so much of myself that I could really just control someone's emotions or their opinion of me and kind of do everything in my power to try to make sure that they thought I was trying enough, they thought I was good enough. Just that kind of thing. And that's a big energy leak. So anytime you're trying really hard to please someone or make someone happy, or even just try a little bit, like if you care what they think about you, and that can range from people really close to you, like your family, or to strangers on the internet or strangers walking down the street. It's all the same kind of energy leak. And then the third type of person is anyone who relies on you and you sort of take responsibility for their life and their happiness. And this is one that I find, if you're here, you're probably an empath like me, and you really love and are really good at taking care of other people. And this could range from kids to clients to just anyone in your life, that you take on responsibility for taking care of them, or they just happen to rely on you for whatever reason. So that's a big energy leak too. So here's a little diagram that's you and your energy field and the three different kinds of people that can be pulling your energy in every which way or in every direction. And you can start to feel that same way that you noticed the person who maybe drains you or maybe doesn't make you feel good. You can kind of feel your body change, like your shoulders just start to round forward and get heavy. Everything starts moving slower. You get sluggish. And these people are actually taking your energy out of your field and out of your body and into their field and their body. And no matter how much you love or like someone, you don't want to give them your energy. You can always serve them more powerfully from your own bubble with all of your own energy. And on the other hand, on the opposite side of leaking energy, you can also take on energy that's not yours. So basically, when you take responsibility for someone's emotions or their experience, you're literally taking their energy and putting it into your field. And some people call it like a plug, or like a cord is plugged into your field or into your body, and they're just filling you with muck or feelings or emotions that aren't yours. And you carry that in your field and in your body, and it can make you feel really heavy and confused and depressed and anxious, all sorts of things. And another just like quick example of that is when a friend is talking about how they don't feel good or they're sad, and then you just let yourself become as sad as them and really like embody how sad they are. You want to be able to, again, stay in your own space, in your own field, and show up for that friend as a grounded, in your own space individual, and not get confused and tangled up into their field and their energy. And I actually kind of think about it as not dishonoring them, but you can hold space for someone from your own bubble. And to me, that's a little bit more powerful. Well, a lot more powerful, because you're allowing them to just feel what they need to feel without them having to be responsible for you feeling sad too. If that makes sense. And this is just another diagram going backwards where those three people that can affect your energy are actually putting their shit on you, and you're choosing to take it on, whether it's consciously or subconsciously, and whether they're putting it on you consciously or subconsciously. And again, just taking on people's energy doesn't mean they're a bad person or you're a bad person. It's just a thing. I've actually recently divorced myself from the term negative and positive energy. It's just energy, and it's either energy you want or you don't want. So, some of the symptoms of leaking energy or taking on other people's energy, just so you can get a visual. That gray area is stuff that's not yours. The yellow or the gold is your own energy. And with that example of just someone walking in the room that doesn't make you feel good, you notice in your body all of a sudden you might get nauseous, you might get confused, all your energy might all of a sudden be gone. You might have trouble concentrating. These are physical symptoms and they can actually lead to illness and dis-ease. And they're just another example of why we want to keep our own energy because it feels way better. So you might be freaking out by now. I might have just thrown a lot at you, but I want to just reassure you that you might be learning about this for the first time. And I've been practicing for almost 10 years, learning how to identify and keep my own energy and the sort of situations and people that our energy sucks to me. And just know that even if you're a quote, I'm doing air quotes, expert at this, there's still going to be times where no matter what, you lose your own energy. And that's just what happens. And we practice instead of getting super attached to the moments where you had your energy and then I lost it. We're just going to let that go. We're practicing keeping our own energy, and it's going to be a lifelong practice. And there is so much power in just being able to notice when you start to lose energy. And then later you can go in and incorporate the boundaries to start keeping more of your life centered around keeping your own energy and in less situations where you lose it. So now to the solution part. There are tons and tons and tons of tools that you can use to stop the energy leaks and to stop yourself from taking on anyone else's energy. One of those is meditating. You can pick just kind of any type of meditation you like or you want. It could be guided, you could be seated, you could be walking, you could be on your way to go to sleep. Whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. Just envision breathing in your own clean, pure energy and breathing out anyone else's energy out of your body and out of your field. And you can kind of visualize moving through your whole body and moving through your whole field to make sure that all the nooks and crannies get cleaned out. You can do an energy clearing. I am a Reiki practitioner and a healer. And as part of my coaching sessions, I actually work to help clients clear out their energy, or rather energy that's not theirs. And I can actually work to train you to do that energy clearing, or you can find another practitioner that can help you facilitate the energy clearing as well. Number 3 is ritual. Ritual is a super powerful tool, and it doesn't really matter so much what the ritual you choose is. It just matters that you intend to use it to keep your own energy and to keep out any unwanted energy. So, for example, before and after each client session, I wash my hands and I tap some water on the back of my neck to clear out any energy that isn't mine and to also make sure that I'm not carrying anything from one client to another. I call them jokingly and lovingly energetic STDs. And I don't want to be, especially in such a vulnerable setting, I don't want anyone's energy to get mixed up. And I want to just be clear and neutral as possible to show up for the people that I work with. I know I have a client that yells goodbye after work when she leaves to kind of clear out the energy from the day with her clients and her coworkers and stuff like that. You could use crystals, you could jump around, you could sing a song before and after you go to leave the house. Doesn't really matter what it is. It just matters that you choose to do it, and it will have the power and the effect that you want it to. Boundaries. Boundaries are super duper powerful. They are one of the most challenging, I think, in some ways, things to help clients step into. It was definitely challenging for me at first as well. So, boundaries are basically, I know it sounds like you're making rules for other people and saying no to other people, but really what boundaries are saying yes to yourself. They're saying yes to claiming your body, your space, your energy, your energetic field. You're making room for yourself. And in the next slide, we'll come back to that little graphic of everything else on the outside of your energetic field that's trying to get in. And we're going to stand by our own body and our own self and what we need and what we want to make space for us to be big and to get what we need so that we can stay healthy and follow our dreams and feel good and be healthy and live a life that feels good. And just, of course, I work with clients to identify where and how to implement the boundaries they need. It's really overwhelming at first to try to fix your own problems from inside the problem. So it really helps to have my outside perspective as someone who has done this for years and years and years, worked with tons of different clients to figure out how to wiggle your way out of wherever you're feeling trapped and blocked so that you can get the job you want, get more money, command all the things that you want into your life. And it all starts with making boundaries and creating space. And then the last tool we have here is a reset. Spending time alone, away from other people's opinions and energy and just chaos, and spending time in nature is a really great reset. It also can happen, resetting by investing in self-care and making time to give yourself what you need. It's a really big part of reclaiming your space. So here is that last little grid, all of the things we want. This is with our boundaries. We're feeling grounded, feeling like ourselves. We've cleared out other people's energy. We work with a coach so that you can continue to see the places where you might be leaking and then fix those leaks, seal off those leaks. You have clarity on where you want to go. And all this other noise and crap is staying on the outside of your field, and you're staying at that nice, beautiful, like golden light, clear, focused self. It's time to take your power back. All of this knowledge is great. I hope you got a lot out of your experience in my energy guide or your energy guide. But even knowing all of these things, one of the hardest parts is figuring out how to take this information and put it into your life. And I work one-on-one with women just like you to help figure out the places where you are leaking energy, where you're losing it, where you're taking on responsibility for shit that is actually not yours to take on, and where it is absolutely imperative to establish boundaries. When you have your energy, it becomes completely clear. It's like as if a fog has been lifted or the curtain has been lifted from the stage of exactly what you want and what you need and how to get it. So I would love to be able to help facilitate that space for you and that support for you. If you're interested in setting up a free discovery call, it's not a high-pressured sales call. I'm not for everyone, so it's actually just a way for us to find out if we're a good fit and if I can help you get to where you need to be. You can visit alextacket.com/4-dreamers to book your call. All right, thanks for tuning in. I hope you have an awesome day. Talk to you soon. A math and science person, but I do geek out a little bit on the science of energy, and I promise it actually will be quick and dirty. It won't be too crazy. So basically, everything is made of energy. Your car is made of energy. Your house is made of energy. Your clothes are made of energy. And energy vibrates. And depending on what it is, it will vibrate at a specific frequency. So say like a plastic water bottle vibrates at a certain frequency, grass vibrates at a certain frequency, and then humans vibrate at a certain frequency. And humans and animals, really, are quite unique, and we're actually quite sensitive. So we as a person, or you as a person, don't just vibrate at one frequency. You vibrate of many frequencies based off of what your body is made of and your emotions. So, your skin has a unique vibrational frequency, your blood has a different frequency, your liver has a different frequency, your stomach, and all of your thoughts and feelings also have their own unique vibrational frequency. And we're sensitive because we're new, like in the grand scheme of things in the earth, than say, so like we're a little bit more sensitive than say like a rock that has been around for a long time. And since we're so sensitive and we're made up of so many different frequencies, we're actually very easily affected by our surroundings. And you probably know, like if you're a little bit overwhelmed around a bunch of people for a long time, you feel a little bit tired or drained or just kind of impacted by what's going on around you. Versus, say, if you just went camping for a weekend and you were out in nature with no one really around and you got to like go swimming and be around animals and lay in the grass, you come back feeling like calm and grounded and like yourself. So that's just one example as to how we're affected by what's around us.